Welcome to the NCAA South Central Regional Men's Basketball Tournament postgame press conference. Final score of our first game today, Colorado Mesa wins over Eastern New Mexico 95-77. Joining us now, members of the Eastern New Mexico Greyhound men's basketball team. In the middle is head coach Brent Owen. To his right is senior Greg Johnson, and to his left, junior Tre'Von Love. Coach Owen, we'll start with you. 95-77, the final score. This game was a lot closer than the final score indicated. You guys cut it to 3 with about 6 minutes and change left. Colorado Mesa goes on a run at the end. Your thoughts on this round one loss today to Colorado Mesa?
Yeah, first of all, credit to them. Played really, really hard. Did a really good job. They're a well-coached group, really tough group. I thought I was proud of our guys. We didn't defend our best, certainly didn't shoot our best. But like you said, with 6 minutes to go, it's a possession game. I think Mario got a steal, went up for what I was hoping was going to be an and one, and just it just kind of skipped off the rim, and then from there they went on their run. But against a really good team on a night we didn't play our best, we're kind of right there. But overall, I'll just kind of lead with a few comments. Just couldn't be more proud of this group of young men. They're one of the most fun groups I've ever been around. They really came together, especially kind of in February. They really just kind of went from this to this. And, I think that's why we had some success here in tournament time. At the beginning of the season, we set the goal of making the NCAA tournament. And, for a lot of programs, it might seem like that's a low goal, but and perhaps I should have set the goal higher. But in the preseason, we were picked 8th in the league. Last year, before the season, we were picked 15th in the league. And for this team to make the NCAA tournament for the third time in program history, it's something I'm really proud of. And obviously, last week we had a blast. That shot that Lyron hit will be something I'll remember for the rest of my life. It'll be a bond. That ring that we're going to get will be a bond that we'll have for the rest of our lives. And this group has really turned around Greyhound basketball, and they've set the bar so much higher. And now I'm going to go out and recruit, and I can say, look, we're a championship program, we're an NCAA tournament program, and that's a lot more attractive to some of the guys we want to get. So just super thankful for these guys and super proud of them.
Greg Johnson, we'll start with you today. A great performance for Greg, 22 points, 5 rebounds. I wanted to ask you, a lot of the Eastern New Mexico faithful were kind of calling you guys the gritty Greyhounds. Talk about that, because I felt like that was on display today. Colorado Mesa would stretch the lead, and then you guys would come back every time. Talk about that and talk about your performance today.
I think that start from the beginning when we first got here. I think me and Ja'Cory kind of set the tone for the team first day in pickup, and just show that we here to fight, no matter if we down 100 or up 100. And my performance today, it's mediocre. It wasn't enough. We didn't get the job done. But I'm thankful, and I don't know what's next.
Tre'Von Love hit some big shots down the stretch when you guys went on that run and cut it to as close as 3. Talk about a little bit, expand on what Coach talked about with how special this season was. You guys win the Lone Star Conference tournament last weekend, and you were much better than obviously what people picked you to be to start the year.
It was pretty much just as a bond, as he spoke about. It's just more of like the fans, and like we take pride in like giving them a show and giving them like what they came for. And it's really just we don't want to let them down, and we don't want to waste the talent we have and the time we put in. That's really just where it came from.
I know it's still kind of raw after coming to the loss, but you guys had a great year. You get your first postseason win in 20 years, your first conference tournament win in 30 years. What has this season meant to you, and it's for all of you?
You want to start?
This season meant a lot because, like Coach said, last year we was picked 15th, and then this year we was picked 8th, and that was kind of disrespectful considering like how many people we had returning, and a lot of people didn't think we could do what we did this year. So, like I say, I feel good about that, and I'm blessed that we stuck together and we overcame what everybody thought we couldn't do.
As the season we had, I really didn't know what I was really getting into. So I'm actually glad I came here. I trusted Coach and his staff with just being able to trust him. It was just big, and I didn't know what I was expecting to get into. Coming to Portales, not knowing much about the program, but knowing that I can trust him.
For me, just the last 2 years have been life-changing, like truly life-changing for me. 2 years ago, we had my first year we didn't have a season. We were the only team in the Lone Star Conference that didn't have a season during COVID, and that talk about starting from the bottom. That was incredibly difficult. And then going into the second year, we won 7 games. Best player quit at Christmas. Second best player broke his collarbone one of the first weekends after break. And man, I was not sure I was a basketball coach. I was kind of trying to figure some stuff out. And the group last year, it was like, okay, like that was fun, because the year before we won 7 games, it was miserable. Everything about it was miserable, wasn't enjoyable. And the group last year was like, all right, like this can be enjoyable. The group this year just took that to another level. So forever grateful for them. This group will be a group that I think, 30 years from now when I'm done coaching basketball, I think I'll look back at this group as, a turning point in my career and in my life for sure. So very thankful for them.
Yeah, for all three of you, just across the board, this team, I could look at a stat sheet and, somebody scoring a lot of points, different guy each night. Just very talented team for each three of you. How spread out was this team? How, unselfish was this team?
Good.
That just goes to show how much talent we have. As long as we play defense, we get in transition. You never know who hands the ball gonna get into it. And we got a lot of good scorers, good passers, and Coach went to go get some big guys this year. So yeah, we got a lot of good posts. I feel like we had a lot of talent this year.
To piggyback off what he said, it's definitely we had a lot of talent, a lot of depth, and it also just come with us being more than just teammates. You know what I'm saying? Being brothers and just trusting who we can pass the ball to, and knowing that he got his back and I got his back.
We take a retreat every year before the season, and it's becoming one of my most enjoyable parts of the year. We go to Ruidoso, a mountain town in New Mexico, and we stay for a weekend. And it's that point in the year where it's usually a couple weeks after school starts. So we're all brand new. We're all getting to know each other. Everyone on the team thinks they're going to be the best player at that point. We really kind of try to get some vulnerability going to where, it's like, hey, in 5 minutes, Doug, you got to talk about Trey in front of the group. And so we make him get up and do some stuff like that. And that's where it all starts. It all starts to come together then. And then, you go through some growing pains, especially when you play your first scrimmage and you're trying to determine roles and who's going to start and who's going to sub in. And a lot of growing pains during that time. But this group just, sometimes you'll have groups they'll start to come together and then go through some adversity, which we had some heavy adversity this spring, and they'll start to kind of crack. But this team just slowly kept getting closer and closer and closer. And I feel like we were all the way there, these last couple of weeks. So again, just a special group, an unselfish group, and I think they're one heck of a basketball team.
And just looking up in the stands, I saw so much green. It was basically like a home crowd for you guys. So what does this fan base mean to you?
Yeah, they've been special all year. That's another area where we were, I think kind of middle of the pack in the conference in attendance. I think we finished second in attendance this year. That means a lot to these guys. Just having the opportunity to play in a college basketball environment. There's no college basketball environment without fans. And Kappa Sigs, who are our fraternity, they're at every game. Sometimes being a little crazy, shirts off, and who knows what else. And we had so many people, buy into this program and follow along. That made an impact on not just an impact on feeling good that you have some fans, but truly made an impact on the games. Their energy, especially at home. We're 25-4 at home the last 2 years. We've made Greyhound Arena a really tough place to play, and it's mostly due to them.
Guys, again, congratulations on a great effort today in round one. 22 wins, 10 losses for Eastern New Mexico this year. To Greg, to Tre'Von, and to Coach Owen, great job this season, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.